September is Suicide Prevention Month. In Colorado, our teen suicide rate rose by 54% in the last 4 years. That's twice the national average. One mother, who lives in a suburb of Denver, shares her story.
My son Manasseh committed suicide in November. And I think it's important that people understand that this is happening and it's not okay. I think what kids don't realize is the impact that they have and the lives they destroy by doing this. And I think that's really important that kids understand that it's not just them, checking out. Manasseh was loved by everybody and popular and smart and funny and athletic. In our situation, 2 years ago, Manasseh tried to commit suicide and stated at the mental health hospital it was because of the bullying and the racism, and statistically, young men commit suicide more than ladies. And I think it's that, you're supposed to be tough and you're supposed to be macho. I think my son was a phenomenal athlete, but he suffered from mental health, and there's still a mentality that, they called him a sissy. So I think the schools need to recognize that this is a problem. I think there's a lack of education, and I think there's just a lack of willingness we don't want to say suicide. So it's, it's still shameful and quiet, and we can't say the S word, and, we have to. It shouldn't be something that is in the dark, and you're not a sissy if you suffer from depression. My daughter had talked about having a program that went to the schools and calling it, "Would You Murder Your Mother?" And just go to the schools and just, how many of you want to kill your mom? Because if you kill yourself, you absolutely are destroying. And I think it's so widespread now that it's almost glamorized. And, the kids show up and everybody's crying. But, at the end of the day, you're dead. And it doesn't matter. And you leave behind just a minefield of destruction.
Tragically, far too many lives are lost to suicide each year. The city of Denver wants to help. Earlier this year, the city sponsored the first ever We Got This Summit, a suicide prevention event bringing resources, hope, and help to metro area teens.
The We Got This Summit really germinated about 3 years ago. We lost our 15-year-old son Jack to suicide. And after Jack died, about a dozen kids came over to our house and they said, "Mr. Padilla, we need to do something. We'd like to do a summit about kids, for kids." And the We Got This Summit is really focused on youth mental health and suicide prevention.
One of the biggest motivations behind all this was Colorado's suicide rate. It is one of the highest in the country, unfortunately. And it's the leading cause of death for teenagers all the way up to ages 26. And so we really want them to see that there's hope, that there are people fighting for them, and that there's a platform here for them to share their stories.
Events like this normalize the conversation. They give the kids the strength and the language they need to be able to speak and advocate. And then there's that education piece of, I know what to look for within myself. I know what to look for within my peers.
I've realized that I'm not the only one. And it shows that there are now more people and more ways to get help.
I know personally for me it's been difficult. So to have something like this and to have our teachers just showing us that they care for our mental health and that we have someone there is good.
I really like that one quote from Robbie's Foundation. It's like, "Hold on, pain ends." She also mentioned that suicide is like a permanent solution to a temporary problem. So I feel like that would really get people to open their mind up a little bit.
I want kids to know that it's okay to not be okay, that it's really important to ask for help, that they aren't alone, that their voice is heard. I want adults to ask the questions, and I always say 2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen twice as much as you talk. We're missing out if we can't talk about this. It's time. It's very, very much time. Don't wait until there is a death. Work on the side of prevention.
If you need help or know someone who does, call 988 or Colorado Crisis Services at 1-844-493-8255 or text TALK to 38255. For more information and resources, go to denvergov.org and search suicide prevention. Stay elevated by subscribing to the city's YouTube page and stay tuned to our social media channels for more content. Don't miss our new episodes of Elevating Denver, premiering each month. Thanks for watching, Denver.